All right, so I am just going to go live really quick to see who will pop on. Oh, wait a bit. All right, so it was the eyewitness Joe Burns that said Tom Grant was there the night that Kurt was murdered. The night Kurt was murdered, or early morning, Kurt was also hiding from private investigators and other people that Courtney were sending his way. That's not coming from me. It's coming from Joe Burns, the eyewitness. Anyway. Hello, Nabi. Hey, so do you know about Tom Grant, Nabi? Uh, yeah, he has. Uh, well, I don't know. Uh, Matthew's cool. He's met with Courtney Love for dinner, and he's also had many phone calls with her over the phone. But that's cool. I don't know. Man, Courtney Love, she'll make anyone talking to her become like a sneaky person for her, like do sneaky criminal, weird things for her. And we know that. Hey, Mike the Music Man and M Vortex. But we know Courtney gets people to do things for people. Courtney Love and Joe Burns. Also, something broke in the, I don't know, it's some kind of mainstream article, Gateway Pundit or whatever, about Daniel Clint Rich and Joe. And it seems there's some bullshit to that article. Like, Francis wasn't threatening the Who Killed Kurt people. They were going after Chris Todd. And Chris Todd did make stuff up in that interview he did about Kurt Cobain's murder. He just added stuff, and he even says that he does that. Joe never said anything about Kurt being in a basement, unless he left that out for us. But what we were told is Kurt was literally just bombarded with people suddenly in the kitchen and herded up to the greenhouse like, you don't have a choice, you're coming here with us, since he wouldn't just take the heroin and go up easily. I think so. Me, Danny, and Matthew, we thought, I don't know what I think anymore, but we thought, that's the case, and that Tom probably even has photos and videos of Kurt on the night or early morning that he was murdered. Since now Joe Burns is saying that he was one of the people involved in what went down that night. Not on the 7th, not April 7th, but around April 3rd. Yeah, you were meant to believe that because he was injected in his right arm. You can see there was resistance. That's why there was a lot of bruising going up his arm. And then they rolled up his left sleeve and made it look like he injected there. They literally covered up where they actually hurt him and set it up in a way to. That's what Courtney was doing all along with everything, is setting it up to look a certain way. They were doing this as well. So they attacked him. They pinned him down because in the autopsy, what it shows is that he was like restrained. Like there's stuff against his shin, his knee, his left foot even. And we don't hear about any of that stuff, but when you look into it, it's like even the left part of his face is like he was being held down. Like the right part of his face was being held down into the ground at the moment that he was attacked. And then they covered that up. Courtney Love covering stuff up again. That's what she was known for. And they made it look like he injected in the left arm. And that injection site on his left arm was already there in the last concert. They could have injected some more heroin into him in that spot, though, to make it look like that. Yeah, Tom Grant saying that Dylan has nothing to do with his death is really weird. That points out some more weirdness, even more clearly, based on what Joe said. Because if Joe's saying that Dylan and Tom Grant were there, and now Tom Grant's saying, oh, no, he wasn't there, it sounds like he's an asset, covering for who else was there, and whoever else was, too. This is going to get you in government with the UK government. No, as long as, no, it won't. Joe's the one that's, coming out and saying all this stuff. We're basically listening to him and putting it out for him. But Joe wouldn't get in any trouble either, and no, we wouldn't either. Yeah, April 3rd is when he fell off the radar. Maybe it's got to be then. It's got to be like in the early morning of then, just like Tom says. I believe it was early morning, April 3rd. How do you know that, Tom? And even what he said to me sounded good over the phone. The way he said he shot that exact gun, even though they did get a replica of it, it didn't seem like he was talking about that situation. And I have that recorded. But yeah, Kurt was like looking into it more and asking like Chat GPT about everything, and looking like with the autopsy. And Kurt was definitely held down and resisted. And they got him in his right arm. They would have had to take his sleeve off. Hey, Edmund7, thank you. I remember you. But they had to take his sleeve off because the needle would have dulled, like bent and everything if they didn't. And if he had his coat on at that time, maybe he did, but they would have taken that off too. I doubt they just placed it there. So he probably had that on, but they took that off of him too. Yeah, we are we are on government devices, all of us. We don't own it, even though we have a Google account that says our name. Yeah, the brown coat that Courtney showed in the documentary. He definitely probably had that on when he was walking in the greenhouse. So I don't know. It could have been like, no, yeah, April 3rd. Because he was there for a little bit. And then he fell off the radar on April 3rd. But they would have taken that jacket off of him while forcing him down, like his right arm out of the sleeve, and then out of the sleeve of his confetti dress shirt. And he resisted, and it looks like someone put their hand on his right cheek and push his left part of his face down on the ground pretty harshly. That's why there's an abrasion there in the autopsy. So that's the truth. He didn't commit suicide. He didn't get depressed and be alone and go upstairs and kill himself and have many other people think it's the right thing to do because he wanted them to. He was literally lured, basically forced up the greenhouse, not realizing the seriousness of it, just like Joe said, and then physically attacked by Courtney. No wonder people are so scared of her. She's gotten the whole world to believe it was suicide. Courtney and other people. I don't know who all of them were, but I know Dylan was in there and Tom was, possibly Danny, but he didn't want to talk about him actually being in there. He wanted to place himself outside of that. I think the CIA and everything could have been involved in his death, like if he had lived longer and they killed him. But Courtney was really, this is like divorce stuff, and she's just psychotic, narcissistic. She was a fan of Kurt's before she even met him. She had fucking magazines on her wall. Her dad said that. I think he even said that to me, or it was in a book. His book. One second. So, I mean, who was Joe said a red dress. Callie wasn't in the kitchen with him in a red dress. Kurt wasn't in a red dress when he was in the kitchen with him and lured up. And who's all about red dresses? Courtney love. Courtney hate. More like it. If you guys can continue to speak in the comment section to each other, that'd be good. I'm just going to be like 1 minute and roll myself a joint. And then we'll speak about this more in depth of what exactly happened when Kurt was in the kitchen. I don't know exactly what happened when he got back from Exodus. But what happened to him happened after a little while of being back at home. I'll be right back. What audio? Oh, Danny? Yeah, it's weird that it's not blowing up. Oh, I can't really do anything right now to blow it up myself. Jason Jensen is, and Matthew, and whoever else. But I'm on probation right now, so I can't. Okay. I'm going to roll a joint. I'll be right back. I'd actually like to go over Joe Burns, his testimony. I'm going to do it. I mean, Matthew has rights to this video as well, so I can do that. Just a sec. And I'll speed it up so it's quicker. Oh wait, gotta give them money. Stupid YouTube ad. All right. And we're gonna speed it up
Joseph Burns, and I was there at the house on Green Lake when Kurt Cobain was murdered, with my girlfriend Bonnie Dillard, Callie DeWitt, Jennifer Adamson, and
Can anyone hear that?
other characters that showed up. Dylan Carlson.
Let me get my speaker. Okay. Let me get the speaker on really quick. See if it's decent as well. Sec.
And the 4 other people, and
So he said there were 3 or 4 other people with Dylan and the private investigator. Yeah, I'm trying to connect it to a speaker. Oh, this one's shit. I think it's working though. What the?
here's basically what
Here we
happened.
go.
Me, Callie DeWitt, Jennifer Anderson, and Bonnie Dillard were there for multiple days, hanging out, listening to records. I was doing tattoo work on Callie DeWitt, and just basically having a good time. And then after being there for a few days, I went to the kitchen to grab something, and Kurt was there. We talked a little bit, and he explained what was going on, that he had left his previous place in California. He had been hiding out. I say hiding out because he was trying to avoid his wife, Courtney Love, from her or basically people she had hired to find him. And basically, he was saying that he was trying to negotiate a new contract for not necessarily Nirvana, but for himself. But he was trying to get the contract for himself, basically whatever he did, that he was trying to get that put out. Whatever project he did, he was negotiating for that. We just casually talked a little bit, nothing important, and then he grabbed some things to eat and some water.
Probably avian.
Fruit. And Marie Callender's TV dinner, like turkey with stuffing and mashed potatoes and some corn or chicken, breaded chicken, and like some corn and mashed potatoes. And said he was just gonna go that way, and had been hanging out for a little bit. We didn't even know he was there at first. He was just kind of hiding out, and so we both grabbed some things to drink and eat, and he went back to where he was had been hanging out for a little bit, and I went back to Callie's room and didn't even mention anything to anyone in the room, and went back to doing the tattoo work. Then after a little bit of time and whatnot, casually, everyone figured out that.
That's awesome to be. Can you say what one exactly it was?
That Kurt was up there, but left him alone because he kind of just wanted to be left alone.
Nice.
And so we went about what we were doing. I was doing tattoo work on Callie, and then each one was, or at least me and Kelly, went and talked to Kurt, not upstairs, but just downstairs when he came down, like mostly in the kitchen. And he finally came down and talked to both me and Kelly in the kitchen, and he had a tape that he had recorded, and he gave it to Kelly and said it was him just jamming on just a basic recordings that he had made with him playing multiple instruments. It was a basic 4-track recording. He had told Kelly that he could put it out on his little record label he was talking about doing. He was gonna sign like just some local punk rock bands. Put it out on this little label that he had, and he told him he could change the name on this tape and put it out on his label, this 4-track recording. And Dylan had showed up with another person. It seems like there was one person with him, and then I think 2 people had shown up with him, just with not in any car. Just they apparently got dropped off, I think.
Yeah, there were so many hidden messages in the last days, even the red dress, and most people didn't catch it, like when he was walking up to the greenhouse.
The end of the driveway or something, and because there was no place for a car to park except in the driveway or in front of the house, but there was no one parked there, and so they were there. I think they got dropped off on the street maybe, and then just walked down the driveway. Well, before that, we were talking. I was saying that there could be some people looking around like private eyes, some people that Courtney had hired, and people that she just had gotten a hold of, and she had them come over looking for Kurt. The people that were looking for him that Courtney had hired were just basically Dylan Carlson and a couple of people had just shown up and like looking around, trying to be sneaky and looking all around the house, trying not to alert us too much, but trying to check different places. That's why Kurt was being real like careful, like really actually completely sneaking around and trying to go when he was hiding out at, literally not trying to be seen by any of these people.
We program your chakras to restore health back into your body.
Oh, we had to listen to an ad and give them some money. Here we go.
Cool. And but Dylan did come through the door on LaShawn, and that's when he was trying to get Kurt with this other guy to go back upstairs with them. Dylan got Kurt to go upstairs with this other guy. That last time he had come down, he was like totally out of it, and really, I didn't even talk to him. Callie had already been down there and talked to Dylan, and they were trying to get Kurt to go back up stairs. Dylan was having a little bit of a hard time with this other guy trying to get Kurt to go upstairs, like back to the room, and at the same time, Callie was telling me that we all need to get out of there, and that Kurt would be fine cooking. I want to go up back up anywhere with Dylan, but they just they got him to go back upstairs with them, the one, Dylan's doing it like just outright, but the other guy is like falling back until he decides, fuck, Dylan, he needs to do this and just do it or whatever, and quick talking and just kind of use the body to kind of push, or whatever. He gets basically
So they specifically wanted him to go to that greenhouse, and for a big reason. Courtney.
it that way, past the doorway, but all working on getting her caught up into the greenhouse, and then you got Kelly on me all of a sudden, trying to saying there's a bunch of reasons why it might be good to take off from there, as Dylan's trying to coerce Kurt and kind of physically I'm trying to push him. That way I got Callie trying to talk to me or whatever, about taking off, we should get out of there. And I'm thinking maybe that I shouldn't I didn't feel like I should take off, I was trying to go with those guys, both with Dylan and Kurt, that that's not working out so good, Kurt's getting fast off, and it seems like when they do start getting them,
He's getting fast talked into going up to the greenhouse where Courtney Love is waiting for him, mad and furious.
the stairs that the guy started to give Dylan a hand to get him up the stairs. You know what I mean? He was fucked up when he came back down. Didn't need to go back up there if they're trying to get him to go do another hit it down. There was no need for that, and it's I'm thinking, what the fuck? It definitely doesn't need to fucking do any more dope, It's like fucking they had a premeditated.
Yeah, he had no reason to go in there, but they had reasons for him to go in there. Courtney Love.
Game plan, but you know what I mean? There was a point there, I felt like I should have done something, but it's and at the same time, Bonnie shows up with a.
No, I didn't get that. Maybe Allison did. Also, somebody seen Courtney Love driving around on the 6th or 7th of April in Seattle of 1994, and we have that snapshot as well. That was on one of Richard Lee's videos.
Kelly and her came out of the room, and I walked down the driveway part to the left, away from the garage.
Show that though. She even has a lyric about her reptilian self and how it's gonna rule over everything. Well, they are like snakes, so yeah.
Trying to get us to go right, and I'm down to go, but I want to go.
By the way, I had a dream with a certain celebrity that I'm in a lawsuit with. I can't speak about it and who it is, but in the dream, she was like a babysitter mom to me, and I'm like, she's reptilian, when she told me that. Anyway, this will make like 120 days.
What the fuck is a going on with Dylan, and basically I'm gonna find out what's going on or whatever, and Bonnie doesn't. She wants me to get the car, and she wants to get out of there. And so Callie's right before that, he
Hey, yeah, in Bloomer, the Kurt Cobain Club, Mystique. What do you know that we don't know? If you're willing to share it, obviously the credit goes to you. Like, people see your name and everything, and I can even snapshot that, try to make a video out of it, whatever. So that he had come back and it was a different night when he left. And Kelly came with. Yeah, because they left like 3 days later, right? Or is that just something that Chris Todd made up? Because I don't know what he says is true and what's not. I know he makes up stuff, Chris Todd. Yeah, when they finally did leave. Right. Because they tried to get the person to go up to the greenhouse and before, but he wouldn't do it. He couldn't do it until Friday. So they didn't have to leave. Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because that's what I read in old books too, like Love and Death or something else. Right. Yeah, he still has a lot more that he said to the police and other people, but he's not releasing it. Saying, oh, yeah, we saw him that night, man, when like admitting it to a friend. But they don't want to admit straight up, we were the ones that lured him up there, man, and did it. And that's how he has to live every day now, being like two-faced like that. And see him at a bar right now. Yeah, I'm the one that bought him the gun, man. And you know, divorce kills, or like that was sarcasm, but I'm the one that bought him. Yeah. And there's many celebrities that do that. Lady Gaga. I've done it. And the whole Isaac Cappy stuff in my breakdown. Because that's when entities can really walk through you and down and you're weak. I know they exist. Here in the astral plane, wherever else. All those places. And it's weird. I felt like I knew all this stuff with Kurt Cobain and everyone in the 90s that were around, and like all the alien news going on at the time, that it was like some common connection we have with that stuff. I had my alien experience in 1996, and Grays came through the window, and it was scary. My sister experienced the same thing, and she's much older than me, and she remembers it. And even in Bowmanville, Ontario, the same year, there's reports of a UFO that I found online. Yeah. Billy Corgan was leaving messages at that time to Kurt that were nasty. Right at that time. I've literally had one pull me into a lucid dream here, a reptilian. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's happened in my dream. Pulled me into a lucid dream where I was aware. And it was the form of a certain celebrity that I'm in a lawsuit with that I cannot name until 122 days. Anyway, let's continue with Joe.
Walked away or whatever, and then it was just me and Bonnie for a second, we heard, because me and Bonnie were together, talking out the driveway with her, that, the gunshot happened, we were out in the driveway, and, or right by the driveway, we got a lot of guns and stuff, and it wasn't just like a regular, gun shop from a pistol or a rifle, it was, not as loud as a regular gunshot. She wanted to get out of there, and but we finally left there late that night. We did leave finally. Jen and Kelly came with. We did leave and went all the way to Jen's house. Was with Kelly and Jen, and we crashed out, and I didn't. She kind of went spiraling, the heroin use got really bad after that, and I got the fuck out of there, just like Callie was saying that we should all do, but I think I'm the only one that really got the fuck out of that. It seems like those other people just got with Courtney, and it sounds like they all just got taken care of by Courtney. I thought, when you have police or whatever, they're gonna be up in everyone's business, but they did not do that at all. And they stayed away from people, or you know what I mean? They would just in and out. It just hurts my head thinking about it. Callie was actively trying to, get some people out of the house, me and Bonnie, anybody that could be could talk to the cops or whatever, be a witness to what was going on. And Kelly was straight up telling me, we all need to get out of here.
And what was going on is to get straight up to Courtney.
Take off to far away, you know what I mean? At least a couple states away. Oh my God, it's hard to do some of this here. You have these friends you grow up with, and you totally know something about them, shit. Dylan's really smart, and but there's something about Dylan. It seemed like, oh shit, I'm saying this out loud. It's hard. You have to know how to be around some people, you can hang out with people, and you've known them forever and stuff like that, but there's certain things you don't want to do with that person. You might not want to fucking OD with this person. Are they going to bring you back to life, or do they have some kind of weird ulterior motive to let you die? It's really hard on how to put this in, and I shouldn't be talking. Oh my God. Dylan was a smart cat, or, whatever, he's a real smart dude. Dylan's really smart, and Dylan's a fucking, you can just do something horrific, and it doesn't really bother you at all. But you don't want to leave Dylan in charge, maybe, of some important shit your well-being, maybe, what do you call that, someone that sees some horrible instead of getting freaked out by it, is just curious about it and watches it. I didn't even read it myself or whatever. It was just read to me.
Yeah, what is that all about? What's the Saturn stuff all about in 27? Billy Corgan killed his drummer as keyboardist? Is that what he did? Was it Darcy Wesky?
That was the case during the band's tour in 1996 to support their third release. Drummer Jimmy Chamberlin and keyboardist Jonathan Melvoin were dabbling in drugs, resulting in deadly consequences. That's what we're going to discuss in today's video.
So it was a Jonathan someone. Billy Corgan being an asshole. Can barely hear that.
How soon after the incident in New York and Melvoin's death did you start looking for replacement?
We still wanted to continue on with the tour no matter what anybody thought, whether Jimmy was in the band or not in the band. So as soon as we decided to fire Jimmy, then it was obvious to us that we needed to find someone else because we were still planning on going out.
What were the
Okay. Let's see. Going back to Joe Burns. Actually, let's go over those phone calls with Tom Grant and Courtney. All of them. Knowing what we know now with Joe. And this is the time she was planning it. And let's try to hear out if Tom is participating in this with her as a knowing participant.
Hello, the office here. Yeah. Can we talk about the local for a while? Yeah. Okay. How you doing? I'm good. You're obviously very good.
It's going to be hard to hear some of it, but you'll make out some things over me.
It was great. And going through that. But you know, right, I just want to say this first. The feeling is that, you know, like there's this guy, the public access guy, I think he's crazy. I don't think you're crazy. I've never thought you crazy.
I listened to him a little bit myself.
I think you're a little paranoid, but I don't think you're crazy. So the fact that you think you're right, and you can be objective, and it's hypothetical, freaks me out. Like I was Nick Cliff, and I broke around in it. And I called him up to staff, and went aside after I heard you on not K-Rock, I got some of the transcripts but when I heard you that night, and I was so
Yeah, there's no way Dylan was his best friend.
okay. And then I called him up, I think like 2 days later, and I said, is there a doubt in your mind? Is there a doubt forensically in your mind? And he said, well, I've seen, like people fake suicide before, and what happened is his close friend accepted our policy anyway.
So how long do you think or know that Kurt was back home when he returned from Los Angeles? Wow. Murder one's rampant. But literally, this was literally like a violent death. Oh, wow. Yeah, he was leaving really bad messages on the home phone at Kurt's place at that time. Okay. So, what's going to happen to all of us that know about this? Are we going to be El Duches, or what's going to happen? There's too many people that know now. What do you think? The Kurt Cobain Club mystique. Yeah, right. So now, like all the bullshit hit the National Enquirer in the 90s, all the truth about how evil she is going to come out in the same magazines. And it's already starting. All right. It's a head rush. Oh, yeah. That's why she went after Chris Todd with the lawsuit. It wasn't going after the Who Killed Kurt people at all. It was going after Chris Todd.
The problem is not going to go away by itself. I always recommend Sensodyne. Lights, camera, London. The Real Housewives of London are here.
You, Bonnie, and Callie had seen it? And Jen Adamson?
Yeah. Yeah. That was a weird night.
Who is Larry again?
Morning.
Did you
Yeah.
did you see it in the greenhouse or?
Shit. I think about that. How the fuck? Yeah, I'm trying to think about how we came up with that because it definitely he didn't talk about it. But, hey, you ever talked to Callie?
No.
No, he's like
Wow.
doesn't want to be reached.
I don't know what Callie's deal is, but no, I've never spoken to him. Have you?
Not for a long time. I haven't.
Yeah. Okay. I know Eric Blanc spoke to him in Paris a couple of years ago, I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, Eric went up and talked to him. And got someone to take a photograph of it, too. but I don't know. I don't think much came of the conversation. But, okay, well, let's go back then. Before we were talking, you said that they had. You talked about a couple of guys who got Kurt up into the greenhouse. He was kind of out of it. Do you remember? Do you remember who those guys were?
Yeah, I remember. Shit. Trying to think of the names of those guys. It was like a real bad. It was just a bad fucking scene. But yeah, you ever talked to Dylan?
No, Dylan's not easy to contact.
Oh yeah.
No, he doesn't like to be contacted very easily. So, well, what was
I just talked to him like, well, it was. I guess it's been a couple years now. He gave me a bunch of fucking records and stuff, a bunch of the records I played on and stuff, and some other shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what was Dylan's role that night that you could tell?
Well, his role was to get those other guys over there, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
So basically, Dylan was a trustworthy source that could get Kurt up to the greenhouse with people that Kurt didn't really even know. Maybe.
yeah, yeah, he brought this other guy over.
Who was the other guy?
Who was the other guy?
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah, I'm trying to remember, the goddamn name exactly, because I don't.
Was it Danny Rich?
Danny and Tom or something, or fucking, let me think here, fucking, that's why I kind of wanted to talk to Bonnie, you know?
Yeah, I know.
It'd be really helpful.
It would, I know. I've been trying to. I'm trying, but it's slow going.
Maybe I should fucking call. I guess I just got it hard. It's been a second since I talked to him. Yeah. But, what? The guy, Danny Rich, is that the name you said?
Yeah.
Danny Rich,
He was with Dylan?
yeah, they were about like, there was, I'm pretty sure you got like two guys that were,
Had you seen them before? These guys?
like one of them I might have seen before. I believe I've seen before, yeah. Actually,
But you don't know his name?
like, let me try to think. It was, Thor, what's that, buddy? He's all up on me. He wants to go for a walk again already. Okay, fucking, there, what's that guy you wrote a book with? What's his name?
Tom Grant?
Tom Grant,
Yeah.
yeah. What's up with that guy?
I don't know. I caught Tom in a bunch telling, some lies. And so we haven't spoken in years.
Oh, those years?
Yeah, we haven't spoken in a long time. I was fact checking his story, and then I found out that I had huge problems with it, and then I became very suspicious of him after that, and then I cut ties with him.
Well, he just was he just telling you stuff that
He's telling me stuff that wasn't true. Yeah,
that's weird. That sucks.
it does suck, but it's done now. I've given a couple of interviews about what happened with Tom and I, but was Tom there that night?
Like that's supposed to be like a private detective or some shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was like a private eye guy that was like, what is that? Shit, you see, I'm not. There was this private eye guy there, creeping around, that last night.
Yeah. But do you know if it was Tom Grant or was it someone else?
Do you know, is there a picture of that guy?
Yeah, I could. There are pictures of him around. Yeah. You can look him up online easily enough. Older pictures.
You know what sucks is that Danny obviously lied. He was in the house and he was in the greenhouse. And even the questions to Joe Burns on Who Killed Kurt's websites asked him what they were doing up in the house. Him and Dylan.
Just two.
Oh, Tom Grant?
Yeah.
Just like Tom Grant?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The guys Dylan brought over were like, I don't know, super shady.
Yeah.
To say the fucking least. And then Dylan, man.
Most likely, yes. He was in the house that night. That's in the questions for Joe on the Who Killed Kurt website. It was at least like a year ago. They were asking all about it, what they were both doing upstairs on the second floor, Danny and Dylan.
Yeah. I was trying to not think that he
Right? And Lisa wanted me to cover up, and Danny to cover up, his connection with David Geffen. And I released a message where she said that she's one of the Who Killed Kurt girls, one of the main ones. Yeah, look on my post on my YouTube channel and scroll down. You'll see it by Lisa Francie. Okay, here we go. And he lived 13 minutes away from Courtney Love in 1996 when his name was first going around in circles about being involved too.
shit. It's just like fucking worse than I was trying to fucking think,
Look on my channel too, because I have messages from Danny where he's literally saying something different to me, and he's saying that he's the one that actually killed Kurt. Poor dirty grunge rock star. Look at that. Scroll down on my videos. He was smoking a cigarette under the greenhouse, is what Danny said to me.
Yeah. So it was Dylan and these other guys that got him up to the greenhouse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that was the same night. I don't know. maybe Joe didn't see Mark, because I asked Joe about that and he said Mark Lanigan wasn't there. But maybe he didn't see him at the bottom, or maybe that was a different day after when they're pretending to look for him and all that shit.
All right. So that would have been 3 of them, and the PI was just sort of standing there?
They were probably at the house arranging the scene with Courtney, but pretending they were just like on the lookout looking for him.
The PI guy, well, he was like hired by Courtney, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fucking, that guy was, just like creeping around or whatever. Did that Tom Grant guy, like, did he have any, like, pictures or anything like that?
No, not that he showed me.
And that's where the creeper came from, though. Don't confuse that with Danny. The creeper name came from Tom Grant, the PI, or possibly a different PI.
No pictures?
He had no pictures, no. Not that he showed me.
I gotta correct myself. Joe did tell me it was Tom Grant there that night.
If he had them, he didn't show them to me.
That's weird.
Why is that weird?
It seems like he would have wanted, to, or something like
Well,
that.
he may have taken them, but
Also, Allison, when Kurt returned from Exodus to Seattle, Kurt had left several voicemails on Mark's cell phone or home phone, a blocked cell phone at that time. And he withheld that from the public until like years ago.
I don't. But I never saw them. He didn't show them to me. He, he took some photos of the crime of the greenhouse, after everything was over.
Yeah. I think what just needs to happen is a lot more people need to know, and then the police will have to deal with it.
And he never. But that's all I ever saw. Why, did you see him taking photographs that night?
Yeah, well, it was, I should take a look at this guy's picture. Oh, man.
Yeah, and especially in the, now he has gray hair. If you look at pictures of him and, you can find, video of him. You can look it up on your phone, just on YouTube. And he has given interviews in the 90s and stuff like that when he's younger looking. That'd probably be the thing to do.
It's Tom Grant.
Yeah, Tom Grant, PI.
And I've been so, I want to check out some stuff where I just been so fucking damn busy or whatever with, just right before you got a hold of me or whatever, I just lost my place up there and I just been busy, trying to fucking survive basically.
Yeah.
And these fucking people from the Social Security thing,
Right.
I was getting a Social Security check. I don't anymore though because I don't know what the fuck their deal is, but I fucked myself up a little bit, about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
On a motorcycle.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was getting SSI until recently or whatever. I don't know what they think. But yeah, I've worked under the table and shit like that. I don't know if I'm supposed to or whatever, but I just do whatever I have to do,
Right.
But yeah, I should check out.
I really don't know. I think he's hiding because he's told me many times he was going to fake his death after he admitted some things or did whatever he did. And he poked me many times on Facebook after he died, so that's weird.
All that.
Okay, well, I can send you some links, but all right. Well, let's
That'd be helpful or whatever.
Okay.
I just haven't had time really to fucking it's like
Yep.
since I lost my place up there,
Right.
it's been a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Just me and my dog, this dog's like a fucking bigger than most people. He takes a lot of attention or whatever and shit. And I thought I had found another place to move into, but it didn't work out all that great.
Okay.
But
Okay. Well, getting back to it, I mean, like, what happened? Like, where were you when all this happened? When Dylan was taking and these guys were taking Kurt up to the greenhouse? Were you in like the driveway or?
well, okay, we were in the house hanging
Yeah.
out, right?
Yeah.
We were in Callie's room, and then went and talked to Kurt in the kitchen.
So not like Lisa said, oh, he was in Callie's room at the time it happened. He couldn't hear it. Why are you putting out this information, Lisa? He was in Callie's room. He was reminiscing for what he was doing first. And then he went down to the kitchen where Kurt was, and they were with Callie. But,
And fucking, I wonder what Kurt did with, or what Callie did with the tape that Kurt gave him.
Callie gave him a cake?
No, Kurt did Callie a tape.
Oh, tape. Okay.
Yeah. You never heard anything about a tape?
No.
A recording? No?
No.
Oh.
Recording of what?
Of Kurt. Wonder what is just, I wonder, like, Courtney just, she takes care of those guys or whatever, gives them money or some shit.
She might. I think she did for a while, but she's blown through most of her money now, so she's in.
Stop this right there, Bull. Yeah, Dylan showed up with this. One guy was standing right there with him,
Yeah.
Then there was another guy that was not like standing right there. Yeah. And then basically fucking they got well, they were fucking trying to get rid of me basically.
Okay.
And they did. And I was, and Kelly, oh yeah, Kurt had already given Kelly the tape in the kitchen. And fucking, these guys were trying to, like, force me to go one way, and they were trying to get him to go the other way.
Trying to get Kurt to go the other way.
Yeah.
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 Okay, and so how did they get Kurt out of the kitchen and out of the house?
Well, with a bunch of bullshit with Dylan. Well, basically, against a will, basically, you could say. They were just all like ass talking, like it was on a phone call, like turn over and looking to get me and I believe like Bonnie and Jen, you know, like out of there.
Okay.
And I can't. It's just crazy because we were just all of a sudden in the kitchen one minute, you know, and could pull out this tape and gave it to Kelly, and we were just talking about, you know, him getting a new record contract, you know,
Mhm.
and the negotiations for the record contract and stuff. We were just talking about normal shit, and then shit changed real quick.
Okay. And it changed what when Dylan arrived with these guys?
Yeah.
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 But how did they get him out of the kitchen? Did they grab him?
Well, that's the thing. You know, not to get out of the kitchen, but then to get me to go one way and then the other way. Yeah, there was a little grab in there and some fast talking, basically.
Okay. And did he go willingly or?
Well, I don't think that he really understood the, you know, just because probably we didn't understand it. You know,
He didn't understand what was going down, in other words.
yeah, basically.
Yeah. And did you?
You'd be confused all of a sudden. They know something big's happening. You have no clue. You feel confused. Like someone like throwing a surprise birthday party on you, but it's the complete opposite.
Who?
No, I wouldn't have been fucking. I would have been a lot more funny, you know, if I wasn't on so many. If we weren't fucking so high.
Right. No. I get that. Right.
I kind of feel like there was something bad going down all of a sudden, you know.
Right.
That must have been such a confusing rush and full of fear when he was held down and his head was forced on the ground, hence the abrasion on his left forecheek.
But we were fucking super high though.
Yeah. And you didn't know it was that bad. Right. It was going to be that bad.
No.
Right.
No, of course not.
Yeah. Okay. So they take Kurt out, but Kurt's high too.
Yeah.
So right now it all seems normal. They don't know he's going to get his, they don't know that a shotgun's going to get stuck in his mouth and he's going to get shot. They just think he's going up there and it's weird, it's whatever. They don't know the outcome is going to be what we all know.
All right. And they just take him up to the greenhouse. They just kind of walk him up there, or
With you know, talking like fucking just talking shit or whatever, you know, like you didn't have to make a lot of too much sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I beat her head up.
They just wanted him up there. Someone's up there from Los Angeles too. We're not just going to let you fucking walk away from this.
And that fucking place down in LA or whatever.
right?
So it was gone.
By the way, that's me commenting. So I'm going to commentary. I'm going to do that so you can get the feel of what they were thinking.
Went down, but he still had even though his tolerance wasn't down like that, you know.
Yeah.
As a hit, it would be totally out of it, you know. Nodding out, standing up, basically, so that high.
Okay. All right.
That's easy. to make some, just like a little guidance, walk someone somewhere.
Right. Okay.
So he was bullied and pressured up there in a weak state. He still tried to resist when he was met with physical violence. Maybe. They wanted to keep him cornered in that house.
But easy.
Certain ones did. It's also weird. Look, the timeline's fucked. So when we try to think like what we've been what we've read and learned for like over 20 years for some people, it just doesn't make sense. We got to think differently if we're going to solve this.
Yeah.
All right. And then what happens next? Do you guys just stay in the kitchen, or?
We weren't in the kitchen. I mean, that's what we were, like, showing up, like, where the hell did they park even,
Yeah.
It wasn't,
Yeah.
the vehicle wasn't just right there. And they must have parked, like, I don't know, it was a pretty long driveway, fairly long driveway,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they could have been dropped off. I mean, who knows? Yeah.
That's a possibility, too. It's like, they thinking about it, like, I guess they didn't want a vehicle there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, we're really going into this rather than being like, who killed Kurt, and be like, oh no, this doesn't fit the narrative and all that. And we got family threatening us, so we can't put this out. No, it's fake, people. No connection to Kevin. We're not like that here. We're just going to be raw like Kurt was.
Okay. So you guys are there, and then Kurt is. Now, what happens when Kurt's up in the greenhouse? What are you guys doing?
Asking Kelly. Shit, okay. Well, Kelly's pretty much. Kelly seemed like he was like trying to get me to get the hell out of there, basically.
Yeah.
Like he's saying, okay. I think there was more than one private eye there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like at least two. And so it seemed like he had like some kind of I should look this other window. I didn't realize there was something serious next to me. Shit. Hold on for 1 second, okay?
Yeah, take your time.
Let's face it, eating healthy
Oh wait, we gotta feed them more money. Here's more money for you for murder.
can be somewhat unhealthy on your bank account, but not at your local grocery.
Skip. All right, here we go.
This again. Like, piece or something. Just sit there and follow it next.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Talking really silently here. I think he's saying a lot of truths here, but saying it really quietly. Let's go back on it.
I'll go sit there and follow it next. I didn't have this good enough idea. Realize this again. Like, piece or something. Just sit there and follow it next.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
He was trying to admit something there, Joe, but he wasn't saying it loudly enough.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, so that
But what I get from that sound of him is that he's really paranoid and worried about it in a really adrenaline kind of way, like really huffed up kind of way.
what happens? You guys are in the driveway, or are you in the kitchen still when Kurt goes up to the greenhouse?
We were outside.
Okay. And all right. And how long is he up there in the greenhouse for?
Well, he was up there before.
He was up there before, but Matthew's asking how long was he up there before he was murdered, before the gunshot at least went off. He was murdered before that, obviously, with forced injections into his right arm.
The greenhouse. Are you talking about that place that's right above the garage, right?
Yeah, the room above the garage, right?
Yeah, the room above the garage. Yeah, that's where he was. He was hiding out there.
Oh, he was.
Yeah,
Why was he hiding out there?
so he was trying to avoid whoever the fuck police wasn't sent to find him.
Oh, really? Okay.
And Joe also said in that first interview he was hiding from Courtney and people that Courtney was sending after him. So it's both.
Didn't know that.
No, I didn't. So before you got there, he was hiding out in the up there in the greenhouse. Oh,
Yeah, he was just coming down, for shit to eat and stuff.
right.
Yeah, he wasn't hiding out in the house.
Oh, how long had he been hiding out in the greenhouse?
Since he got back from
Okay, since he got back from LA, and so he was up there for like a day or something like that.
what?
How long between him getting back from LA and Dylan showing up with these guys? How much time had passed? Do you think? Would you say?
Well, just a couple days.
Just a couple of days. All right. And so he was up there for a couple of days.
Yeah.
And why was he worried about? Did he tell you why he was worried about? What he was worried about?
Well, shit. As I said before, me and Bonnie were going to pick him up all the time,
Right.
just to get away from her. Like, he would fucking open the door,
Yeah.
and you could just hear, that awful voice, just and then he shut the door, and it was like, and then you couldn't hear her, and then he forgot to grab something, so he'd open the door to go in, and he'd open the door a couple minutes later, and she would still be fucking squawking or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't like her from the first time I met her. Well, she didn't like me either, apparently, but whatever. Yeah.
Okay. And he was worried about the people. Why was he worried about people she'd send over?
Well, she would send people would show up at my house all the time when he was there, right?
Right. You told me that. Yeah. Okay.
And yeah,
In hindsight, you really shouldn't have gone there, and Joe and him should have went to his house, to Joe's house.
if you're trying to look around me and stuff, and I just stand in the doorway, yeah. She was just fucking, yeah, she was always fucking, not wanting, she wanted to know where the fuck it was all the time, so.
Okay. So that was just a habit for him to hide from her and whoever she was sending over. That was a well-established habit for him to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's up there in the greenhouse and coming down to get something to eat. And at that point, when he's coming down to get something to eat, he's talking to you in the kitchen. That's when Dylan shows up with these guys. Okay.
Cool. Yeah. As we were going out,
Yeah.
not in the kitchen, but they just and stuff, you know, like,
Okay.
they, you know, would leave the big bowl. She would, fill it up with fresh fruit and shit like that.
Yeah.
And stock the refrigerator and shit like that. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are leaving the house and these guys show up?
Oh yeah, they were already there.
Oh, they're already there. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And they bring him back up to the greenhouse. Okay.
Yeah, basically, because Dylan is fucking talking. Like, yeah, I don't know what kind of fucking what Dylan had going on. Because, yeah.
Okay. And how much time transpires before he's shot? Before there's a gunshot? Or before you know he's dead?
Not all that long.
Okay.
It's all a good place. Just you.
What's that?
I said, who's all? Are you just by yourself?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a wife and kids, but I mean, I just go in, right now, I just, yeah. I don't want my kids hearing this conversation or anything like that. If they're running the room, I would have to probably go, but,
Nobody thinks you that.
I have 5.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're little too, so I don't have a lot of time, which is one of the reasons why I talk to you. It's one of the reasons why I talk to you late at night, because everyone's in bed.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are awesome. I got one. I was raising her by myself
That's right, everyone. Matthew has 76 kids.
until this fucking baby mom and grandma or whatever the baby's mom.
Yeah.
He's like a pharmaceutical rep.
Yeah.
They took me to court, you know, because she's a fucking piece of shit. Well, when she fucked up with their kid so bad, she wants a second chance, you know.
Yeah.
They took me to court and stuff for lunch. Yeah.
Oh, wait, let's pause for the police sirens in the background, the same ones that Danny Clint Rich heard while we were doing that video here. Okay, anyway.
Ouch.
Going down the same road anyway. But.
He sucks. Yeah, my kid. Fucking, I feel real bad.
How old's your kid now?
11.
Oh, wow. Okay. When was the last time you saw him?
I didn't need to have a kid, but
Right.
it happens. The mom didn't even, he came immediately and stayed with me for a couple years. I'm sorry, when's the last time I seen him?
Yeah.
It's been a couple of years now. They won't even let me talk to him on the phone.
Wow.
I went through that shit that I didn't even have to while I was fighting her in court, you know?
Yeah.
I went to all kinds of different, dad's things and shit like that, you know? And they
Yeah, I
had,
know what you mean.
all kinds of crap, man. Parents, dads don't have any rights in Oregon, really.
Yeah, no, they don't have any rights anywhere. I know. What's your kid's name?
Dylan?
Dylan. Oh, did you name him after Dylan Carlson?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
My name is Joseph Dylan Burns. And,
Oh, okay. All right.
And me and the mom, you know,
Yeah.
she didn't like any of my names. I wanted to name him Benito or something, a good fucking fascist Italian name. But
Okay.
he wasn't having it, though. And so finally, when the kid popped out or whatever,
Yeah.
he said, okay, well, how about this at the last minute? She thought, we'll just name him Dylan Joseph Burns.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah, did you see his eyes go big right there? I think Danny thought the sirens were at his house.
And my name is Joseph Dylan Burns, you know, so
Yeah.
it's just a switch. And I said, okay, fine.
It's like Chris Hansen, To Catch a Predator, To Catch a Murderer. He fucking freaked out. I know. He crapped him. Okay, here we go.
All right. Nice. Okay.
That girl was from hell, let me tell you what. But yeah, he's a cool ass kid. But yeah, I'll tell you, off the subject, I just start to get a weird stomachache when I start talking about this shit.
Okay. All right. No worries. Oh, which stuff? The son or the death of Kurt Cobain?
Both.
Both. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I don't blame you. All right. Well, we don't have to cover it all tonight, but
Yeah.
let me put it this way. Did you know he was dead before? Like, did you hear the gunshot?
Alright. Yeah, well, there's a lot of guns, especially dealing with Dylan, you know what I mean?
Right.
He's a big fan of, like, he just got a Beretta and shit. Yeah, we used to go shooting all the time. He had,
He just got a. Does that mean he was in contact with him?
our practice space was totally soundproofed off, you know, so we could shoot AK-47s and shit at band practice.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people are. Well, it's basically just Michelle and Lisa trying to make money off of him. He didn't want money for Kurt Cobain. He wanted money because he needed help, but they mixed the two together.
Okay. So you heard the gunshot?
Well, I must have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where were you when you heard it?
Lots of fucking dope.
No, I know that. Yeah.
But I've been up for days too.
Did you
Bad situation.
Right. When did you know he was dead?
Oh, I don't know, 10 in the morning.
Did you see him? Like, did you see the body?
No.
No. Okay. Well, how did you find out that he was dead?
Callie said something.
What did Callie say?
He said that. Kurt said.
And did he say how?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Didn't know if it was from OD or what.
Okay. And then what did you do then?
Well, Callie, he was up to something definitely. Like, he knew more than, because I swear he was just you know what like, you know, after a good night, you know what Callie did?
No.
You know?
No.
You don't know if he,
What is he lying about exactly? I kind of lost track of it.
stayed in Seattle,
Well, I know he flew down to Los Angeles at one point.
right? Yeah.
Like, before the body was discovered, he had flown back to Los Angeles. I know that.
Really?
Yeah, he flew down to Los Angeles, and then the day the body was discovered, he flew back up that day. Everyone was in Los Angeles when the body was discovered.
Oh my gosh, Kurt killed himself in the house I was in a day before, and 3 days before, or 4 days before, when he was actually killed. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go back and like wear sunglasses and walk around all weird. Let's just show my sympathy.
And that was Friday, April 8th.
How the hell did that? Really? Like, how did they conclude that?
Yeah, they admitted it. Dylan and
Yeah. They seen Kurt's body and they stayed there for like 3 or 4 days after. But still, Joe is the only one with guts and a soul and a heart. that has come forward. Even Bonnie Dillard, who works with the Salvation Army, should have that much of a heart, and more so than him, a guy with Nazi tattoos, right? But she doesn't. And that's a shame. And Joe's a way better person than her, even though he doesn't work for the Salvation Army or anything.
Jessica Hopper had flown back to Minneapolis, but Dylan and Renee had flown back to Los Angeles. A couple of days before the body was discovered, and then they flew back up that day.
People, Joe is like Kurt Cobain right now. If you want to know everything that happened, go to Joe. Don't rely on Lisa or Michelle. Message him yourself on Facebook. That's what I did. And now I'm making a podcast for him. And he just messaged me the other day about it. You can do that yourself. Just message him yourself. You don't have to go through other people. You don't have to go through me. You don't have to go through anyone. Just look him up, Joseph Burns, on Facebook. If he wants to talk and work with you or whatever, he'll do that. If not, then not.
Why? What did you think? What did you think they did?
Well, I guess before the body was discovered by the.
And remember, the suicide note was read to Joe before the body was found. So that means the suicide note was read before it was placed inside the greenhouse. But also remember, Joe is our Kurt Cobain savior right here.
Option or whatever.
Right. Did you go?
We got to protect the El Duce 2.0. We got to protect him.
Up to the greenhouse when you found he was dead? Did you go up there afterwards?
No way.
Okay. What did you do?
I don't know, some more drugs probably.
Okay. Did you stay at the house?
No.
Okay.
I took off.
What did you do?
I don't know, some more drugs probably.
Okay. Did
He said I did some more drugs, probably.
you stay at the house?
No.
Okay.
I took off.
Okay. You and Bonnie both?
Yeah, we went to Jen's.
But Allison, right? And like what in Bloomer said, Kurt Cobain Mystique Club. They were there for a few days more. Oh, so Joe left and then came back. Okay. That would make sense. Something so big and you leave and then it's like, fuck. I mean, look how many fucking suicides from kids and adults that have happened, even years later, and I don't want Joe to feel bad. Joe should feel good. And I left it as silence for that because I mean it. He's the only person that's doing good in this world right now for Kurt. And other people that are listening to him but not twisting the story. And so we're not going to do that. And if I'm wrong, or if anyone else is, we're going to hopefully admit it. I am. Exactly. Let's try to actually find out what the fuck happened. Because Kurt would be pissed if we didn't fucking actually find out, but we just fucking made shit up and believed it. So I want to fucking find out exactly what fucking happened. And it's weird that Danny's name was in the questions for Joe, like he was upstairs on the second floor and everything, like they know specifics. Allison and I were talking about that earlier. I'm going to continue this.
Jen Adamson's house, okay. What was Jessica Hopper doing during this time? The other girl. Do you know? The high school girl?
It's a high school different place, even.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Just, I guess,
Yeah, in the first video of the testimony, he's like, "Yeah, I was read it before the news came out."
And Callie's never fucking brought up anywhere that he got a tape and proof that, like, before he died.
No, I've never heard that before.
Huh.
When was the last time you spoke to Callie?
Fucking forever.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's see. What are we doing? And then Bonnie before that.
Did you ever talk to Dylan again about what happened? About all of this?
No.
Why not?
God.
Messed up. Yeah.
And, but, but, they, but, something, I need to, should I, and, they, I think we were still, I think, well, I know that, that we knew about, the fucking, the gallery and stuff. We knew about fucking Kurt dying before we went to California. But
Yeah.
Came back.
All right, let's see. Okay.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Me right now, I got a fucking cut. I am fucking, like, I seriously don't even have $1 to my name. I have $100 in an account that, my phone got stolen, and so I can't get in. I need to try to log in, like, erase the phone I have right now and try to,
Okay.
set it up with a different email address so I can get this $100 I have. And,
All right.
I mean, literally, fucking, I have a deep since yesterday, so.
Okay. Let's see. All right.
Hey, they can't positively ID him at the gun store. They can ID Dylan. There's somebody else with him. They say standing in the back. They can't positively say it's Kurt. Kurt is basically assaulted and forced heroin. He is now rendered unconscious in front of people. He is then taken to the greenhouse, carried to the greenhouse. Is he alive at the...
Hey, Jane Funk, I can do the same thing. And I'm actually Scottish and Irish and from the same place that Kurt Cobain's family is from. And, what is it? I don't even fucking remember anymore, but my family's from the same place. And, let me think about it. Sorry. Anyway, look up McQuaid and you'll see. I forget where it is, but you'll see it.
point? I don't know. He's slumped or kind of fireman carried, arm in arm. He's kind of, let's say, like carried off an NFL field. He's carried out. And about 30 to 40 minutes later, a gunshot is heard. That is the shot through his mouth. After that, these people stay in the house. The killers of Kurt Cobain are Dylan Carlson and Daniel Clint Rich. They call him Danny Rich. Everyone knows who Dylan is. No one's ever heard the name Daniel Clint Rich. Now you have. The accessories, or if you want to call them witnesses, I call them accessories. Michael Callie DeWitt, Renee Navarrete, Jessica Hopper, Jennifer Adamson, and Bonnie Dillard. These people.
Yeah. I know. County Cork, though. That's where Kurt's heritage is from. And that's where my heritage is from, the McQuaid family. And someone was like, "Oh, I'm trying to sound like Kurt." I'm not. I was literally stoned, and I'm literally the same fucking family heritage. You moron. I'm sorry if that's someone here now. Okay. Joe. Okay, good to know.
somebody, but it wasn't with Tom Grant. I think he was already there. I'm pretty damn sure. You know, like the Tom Grant guy. And at some point later, whatever there was, special uniforms that they sort of really say, but I just know Dylan. No, not that night. It was more like, God, what night was it? I know a couple showed up, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like I thought, I don't know what I thought, but it was wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? I thought usually you get uniform cops showing up somewhere.
Are there caves outside of Aberdeen? Do you think anything weird has happened there?
They want to do something and have as many people go to jail as possible, and this and that, and I don't know, those guys weren't on anyone off to jail or anything like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we got a couple girls too.
Do you know there's more Columbine shooters that didn't get caught? In the FBI reports, there's over 100 reports of more shooters. All the same description, but they still got away with it. And I know their names. And they're on Facebook and they're on YouTube too, some of them.
Yeah, I eventually left. The nature of the company. With Kurt, we were talking about music. What was that? Oh. Yeah, we are, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well,
did any of you know that though? There was more Columbine shooters than Eric and Dylan. In the FBI reports, there's over 100, like 200 reports of more shooters with the exact same description, people in camouflage and everything, and face paint. And it was supposed to be a bombing, not just a shooting, so they got away with it. The other people did. And some other people were shooting too. I know, I don't want fucking people to die and leave behind what actually happened and have a whole world fucking believe bullshit and fucking be emotional over the wrong things. They got to go backwards and evolve properly. And that fucking sucks to have to do over and over again over so many fucking things that have happened on planet Earth. Yeah, there was, even at Las Vegas. Yeah, there are people on the ground too shooting. But when the FBI is involved in covering stuff up, things get covered up. Even when they're fucking obvious, they'll just say, oh, that's not true. And you got to go with the mainstream fucking narrative or you're going to fucking protest and get arrested. Here we go. Yeah, and you know how Kurt was stabbed, injected with a needle, and he refused. He resisted. That's why there was big bruising there. Courtney also stabbed a person in I forget where it was, but she stabbed a person in her adolescent years, and Hank, her dad, wrote about that in his book, Love Kills, the assassination of Kurt Cobain. Yeah.
Let me think here.
It matches the description of the scene, yeah.
What happens next is it's like I'm pretty sure it's man. Well, besides, okay, so we're talking about music and Kelly's little label, and I was saying that find like misspelled Nirvana, and so he doesn't get sued or anything like that, you know, and and put it out, but I'm trying to think exactly that because before they run into them, they left and came back. Let me think here. Yeah, because when Dylan.
There's also a injury on his left foot too that we don't hear much about, and on his right foot and shin, like he was being forced down, and on his left cheek, like his face was being pressed into the greenhouse floor.
Left with the this other guy that he showed up with.
And just like her dad told me over the phone, and he wrote in his book, I think he wrote in his book, she used to go around saying, "I want to kill a rock star. I'm going to kill a rock star someday." I'm going to kill myself a rock star. That's what she was saying. And she had magazines of Kurt on her wall in the late 80s before she even met Kurt.
Like, I'm just trying to think about how to put this. Because
and that's in Hank's book.
It was let me think here. I'm trying to think exactly how it went down. But I'm pretty sure that Kurt took off for a sec, and me and Kelly are talking about what do you call it?
Yeah, I don't have any problem with people too. People just want to get angry really quickly, but I can't react because I'm on probation, and I wouldn't anyway now at this point. And I know better.
Well, the PI taking pictures and stuff, and
Thanks to Kara Golden Dude. You'll understand in 122 days, everyone. Sucks that I can't say, but
and trying to basically avoid getting a picture taken with that person, that's creeping around. But I don't really, that was just what Callie was saying, but I don't know if there, if the guy was actually taking pictures. That's just what he was saying. That, I didn't know that Callie was basically part of the trying to get rid of people, like it was like it turned out that Callie was one.
sorry if you hear that in the background. I'm Canadian and I'm making Kraft dinner, which is macaroni and cheese, the Canadian version since the 90s even, which was Kurt Cobain's favorite meal.
And trying to, along with the other people, trying to get rid of people, because of the obviously the doing what was done, and you don't want a bunch of people hanging around. Yeah, yep. That's what I would say, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. Yeah. Callie was actively trying to, get.
Courtney was only in his life for like 2 years before she had him murdered. And gained
get
everything.
some people out of the house, like me and Bonnie. Just anybody that could be like, I guess, really could talk to the cops or whatever, be a witness to what was going on. And it was like shit went from just kind of partying and trying to hang out to like all of a sudden there's some weird shit going on, like, you know what I mean? With and Kelly's, like saying stuff about the private and the PIs and stuff like that, like and talking about them taking pictures. Yeah. It's just he starts going into the PIs. He was talking about, oh yeah, the PIs were there and had already been taking pictures of us, and yeah. Exactly. one that Courtney was trying to track.
Hence the red dress. And yeah, Courtney was controlling him and his image and everything. He felt the pressure just like Kurt did. It was too much. He didn't want that from a fucking psycho girlfriend or anyone.
Kurt down and just was basically freaking out and wanted to know exactly where Kurt was at, and yeah, and that it went from like we're hanging out and Kurt's hiding out, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's PIs there, and they're taking pictures and trying to find Kurt, and yeah, it just went.
Yeah, Frances is definitely Kurt's daughter.
Kind of crazy, but when Dylan and then Dylan and that other guy just show up all of a sudden, you know, just like with you can.
Like that Robbie whatever guy from band
Yeah,
Courtney was first premiering with, first on live with, Rodney or whoever his name was. Fuck, I can't remember. Fuck, Courtney Loves Friends.
Without, you know, but yeah, they just are all of a sudden just there, and then
Robbie Bottom.
Callie was, you know, now that I think about it more or whatever, you know, he was like, what did Dylan tell him, you know? It's pretty messed up.
Do you think that she stole a lot of Kurt's lyrics from Live Through This? I think Live Through This was an insult because he didn't survive the Rome incident.
Really messed up.
It came out the same week.
Since Dylan was supposed to be, you know, good friends with Kurt and everything like that, and they grew up, you know, together, kind of, you know what I mean? They were supposed to be like real good friends, even though Kurt, like, I mean, they were, you know, I mean,
they were supposed to be good friends. They were good friends. They were supposed to remain good friends, but they did fucking not.
Kurt wrote, you know, that's the song about where Dylan likes yeah, the pretty songs, right?
Yeah, if you look for a certain specific photo of Courtney from her behind side, from the back in 1994, you'll see that she looks skinny and lanky, exactly like Kurt. Like she even mimics his posture. And even Danny said to me, that's part of her like fucking taking over his identity, stealing everything.
Sorry.
And she was a copycat before
I
that.
don't think so. I know, crazy. No, I mean, Kurt, and Dylan both, Dylan knew, you know, what Kurt was good at, you know, and then, and Dylan was what he was into, you know. He had a pretty good deal going on there with, he got to do his thing, you know, like what he wanted to do, being signed on Sub Pop, you know, with, the whole.
Yeah, because people have put the Live Through This album, like songs of it, in Kurt Cobain's voice. And it sounds exactly like it would be Kurt Cobain's next album. Look up, I forget what song it is. Just look up whole Live Through This Kurt Cobain AI generated. I forget the exact song. But yeah, I'll send it to you. Actually, I'll post it after this.
Like
tomorrow.
being basically like
Tomorrow.
one of the first like sludge like metal bands, you know, where you just get noise, you know, like just like noise and tons of feedback and stuff, and you know, and Dylan thought it, from what I understood, you know, that it was awesome that Kurt was such a great songwriter and everything, you know. I mean, it was like we used to listen to a lot of albums, and early on or whatever, you know, because Kurt's the one that introduced me, you know. I mean, Dylan's the one that introduced me to Kurt, and we would listen to a lot of albums together, you know, like new stuff, you know, like the Morbid Angel that was just coming out and stuff, and bands like, you know, Napalm Death and Carcass, and like what was the that like Slayer at the time was an amazing band, you know, and actually we decided, and Kurt thought so as well, that one of the best thing that's ever been put on vinyl, you know, was the Slayer, it was Rain and, let's see, Rain and Blood, or yeah, it was Rain and Blood, you know, and like the best. It wasn't really what Kurt was. That's not what his band base, you know, weren't Slayer type people, you know, but yeah, it was like arguably, you know, like one of the, you know, like the best writing, and just like awesome, just one of the best records like ever, if not the best record, was Slayer's. It was yeah, Rain and Blood. You got Rain and Blood. Yeah. Then yeah, Rain and Blood. Not, you got the first record, you know, Show No Mercy, and then you have Haunting the Chapel, and you see, it was a Rain and Blood, or it's been so long, you know, and we like have all these conversations about stuff, you know, and or was it Hella Waits? But that, I know. Which one did we decide was the best one and the best record maybe of all time? It was either Hella Waits or Rain and Blood, and just real pulls up decisions. It still goes on. He shows up. It's hard or whatever, you know. I mean, Dylan is, you know, he would. There was something about, man, I'm saying this stuff, but oh my God, this is just hard to do some of this here. Like, even there was like, you know, you have these friends you grow up with, and it's just like, you might know, out of these certain friends, well, like, one of them is like, you're totally friends with, but you totally know something about him, like, shit. How do I put this? I'm trying to put this a certain way, like, it seemed like Kurt, Dylan's really smart, and, but you know, there's something about Dylan, it seemed like that Kurt would, okay. I'm not really sure how to put it, you know, but, how do I put this, Kurt knew, well, I guess there's the thing with the song, whatever, but I mean, more like, oh shit, I'm saying this out loud, it's hard, okay, it seems like Kurt would, you have to know how to be around some people, you know, like you can hang out with people, you know, that, and you've known them forever and stuff like that, but there's certain things you don't want to do with that person, like, you might not want to fucking OD with this person. Are they going to bring you back to life, or do they have some kind of weird ulterior motive to let you die or something? You know what I'm saying?
Like take the rest of the drugs.
Not sure how to put it, but kind of like that maybe, or something like that.
Basically, someone really sketchy, like taking all the drugs and the money after.
No, I think that Kurt knew. You know, it's really hard to
Yeah,
how to
really.
put this in, and I shouldn't be talking. Oh my God, I shouldn't be talking about. Well, no, you can see it. You know what I mean? I mean, there's the three of us there, you know, and we're doing drugs all day and night, you know, and we're passing around certain books, you know, that we all read and stuff like that, you know. And Dylan was a smart cat.
He said the
You know
three
what I
of
mean?
he said the three of us. So Dylan was already there reading books with them and passing them along.
He's a real smart dude. And yeah. Yeah, like we were reading like tons of well, let's say the Third Reich, you know, and the occult. We were like super into that shit. Like the castle, you know, that has the black sun in the basement, you know, that's like it's made. The cement is made that way, you know. It's carved out, you know, and there's a big black sun in the basement of that castle that basically the propaganda, girls, used it, and that's where they did all the ancient rituals, with the SS and the ancient, the total ancient rituals to the alchemy and stuff. I guess the Germanic alchemy, and yeah, Dylan was really good at finding really good books to read about that stuff, and we would all read them and stuff like that, and talk about them, and interesting stuff.
Right.
Really into it. Yeah, like, and then just and lots of other books about Diana and witchcraft in Italy and stuff like that, back in the day and stuff like that. Just all kinds of knowledge and stuff like that, and just talking about stuff. We like doing that, but Kurt would. Dylan's really smart, and I guess I tried to put it with how that they are. I grew up, but you don't want to leave Dylan in charge, maybe of some important shit like your well-being, maybe, or I don't know. I wish I could put it differently. No, just in the account that Dylan could be a little, what do you call that? Someone that sees something horrible, instead of getting freaked out by it, is just curious about it and watches it.
All right, people. I'm gonna end the stream right now. So I'll probably hop on again tomorrow night, and we'll go into more detail about all this. We'll continue where we left off. Good night, everyone. Thank you. You're welcome. Good night.